theme of my talk this morning is this: negate the negative. I want to challenge you to negate the negative. Because have you ever noticed, life can be good, right? Overall, life is great. We live in a beautiful environment. We have a great church in order to come and to worship in. We have strong relationships, and we have many, many opportunities. Overall, life is good. But you ever find yourself just complaining? Even though life is good, even though yet we've been blessed in so many different ways, yet we still find ourselves grumbling and complaining about things. Anybody? I'm all by myself? Okay, so you got a defective pastor, I'm the only, but isn't it? And have you ever noticed that your attitude and your feelings can turn on a dime? One moment you're happy, you're excited, everything is great, and on a dime, immediately, all of a sudden, there you are complaining. You might seem overwhelmed with emotion and just overall aggravated. The other day I was on the phone with my mom, and yes, I am a mama's boy. Okay, I call my mom every day. Guys, pay attention. I call my mom every day. And the other morning I was on the phone with my mom, and if you ever notice, I walk up and down 4th Street, or I'm outside in the parking lot walking up and down. And so I'm on the phone with my mom, and we're just having a normal conversation about the day and what's going on. And all of a sudden, I just had this thought. And when I had this thought, I was completely and totally overwhelmed. It's like on a dime, I went from just having a normal conversation with my mom to feeling the frustration and the aggravation of things that were going on in life. She didn't say anything. There was no triggers there. It was just this thought that came into my mind, and all of a sudden, it changed. Or, lately I've been driving up and down alternate 19. And have you noticed when you drive up and down Seminole Boulevard, your attitude shifts and changes? There's a lot of sinning going on up and down alternate 19. But we can catch that all the time, especially in a crowded city, right? You could be on the highways, and all of a sudden your attitude shifts immediately. Or maybe this has happened to you. You're scrolling through social media, okay, and as you're scrolling, you're watching the posts of other people, and we have all of these thoughts, right? And all of a sudden we catch a thought that leads to a feeling. And almost immediately our attitudes can change. We catch a thought that leads to a feeling. Or I've said it before, sometimes your friends are not good for you. Sometimes the people that are speaking into your life, the people that you're listening to on a regular basis, are not good for you. They're misguiding you. They're leading you down a wrong path. And I've said this before too. That doesn't mean you discard them, but it does mean that, we need to meet with them on neutral ground. We need to be aware, we need to be mindful of how they're speaking into our life, because if you lie down with the dogs, you get up with the fleas. When we listen to those people that are speaking untruths into our life or leading us down a wrong path, it's easy to catch a thought that leads to a feeling. And you know what, too? Those feelings that we have, they don't always come immediately, do they? Sometimes you catch a thought, and it takes a little while for that feeling to come into play.